day, good people. Once again, you've got the grumpy old nerds in your ear. As always, I'm Uncle John, your elder who knows too damn much about movies, TV, comic books, and shit like that. And as always, I'm joined by your other uncles. Your aunts may be here later, but women. So anyway, right there is Uncle Rod, the Firebro Ronin. What's good, sir?
What's good? What's good?
And down there, looking particularly grumpy today, is Uncle DJ, the Redbone Assassin. You good, sir?
He may not be able to hear us right now. Looks like he's working on something.
Clearly, because he looks extra angry. Look like his underarms itch. You here with us, Doctor? No, he's not. Okay. So, and as always, we got super producer Mel on the ones and twos. Well wishes to Uncle Percy, who underwent surgery earlier this week. So he's on the mend.
Oh yeah, get back, Uncle P.
We looking forward to Uncle Percy sitting comfortably in the booty chair, and Auntie Nicole and Cuzzin Auntie Nicole. Yeah, fuck it, she ain't here. Auntie Nicole and Auntie Nicole. We wish you well wherever you are right now. So, on to the show. Creature Commandos. The first now 3 episodes have aired on HBO Max. If you are a fan of James Gunn, you will love this show. And if you are not a fan of James Gunn, you will not. Uncle Rod, I'm a let it off to Uncle Rod so you can tell us about it first and foremost.
All right, Creature Commandos is another one of the properties that James Gunn is taking. That's not.
I can't hear nobody.
Hey, we hear you.
We hear you,
Redbone Assassin. Now we hear you. But yeah, it's one of the more not as well known properties James Gunn is taking and trying to make something out of it, and he's doing a really good job of it actually. Creature Commandos basically is like a monster squad, a monster suicide squad. So one of the things that I like about it, this particular animated series, is that it kind of includes events that happened in the last live action Suicide Squad movie that James Gunn did. It makes references to what happened in the film. So I think that's cool that the animated show continues the continuity. But it basically covers a new team of monsters. It's not Task Force X, because Amanda Waller said that they're now banned from using humans. So
that's what they should be.
Right. So now they're using non-humans, and they are sent on their first mission as a security force, so to speak, for what appears to be Eastern European ruler, who happens to be a beautiful young woman. And so, when that happens, a lot of other hijinks tend to ensue with James Gunn films. But
the words right out of my mouth. Hijinks ensue.
Yeah. But overall, I think it's really well done. I think they do a really good job with the origins and the background of each one of the members. So I think that's really cool as well. And they kind of get you in right away and keep your interest. So I was kind of worried about that. I didn't know if that was going to happen, but he did a really good job of taking care of that right away and made me immediately invested.
I agree. I was worried that this would be a rehash of Guardians of the Galaxy and Suicide Squad, and it is, but it's still entertaining, to be very honest. Creature Commandos, which are made up of the Bride, the Weasel, who we saw in live action in the Suicide Squad,
Right.
G.I. Robot, Frankenstein, who else we got? Dr. Phosphorus.
Yeah.
Right. Nina Mazursky. And I have no prior knowledge of that particular character. And Rick Flag Sr. So let me ask you this, Rod. Why? I just don't feel that we need the character of Rick Flag Sr. I thought maybe we could use somebody else. But do you see a necessary for there to be Rick Flag Sr.?
You know what? I think that in order to have that connection to the previous leader of Amanda Waller's different task forces, I think it's kind of cool, and it may be important down the line. because I'm not sure if Senior knows really how Junior died.
Wow.
Knows that that might come into play.
Okay. So you're looking at
down
it
the
from
line.
the soap opera, like once Rick Flag finds out how he died, there'll be some tension within the show.
Possibly.
Okay.
And they need some kind of human to counteract all of the inhumanity on the team.
True. I just felt that it's a curious choice. Rick Flag Senior, like how fucking old is he to be out there running around with these monsters like this? But
Right. Well, I mean, he did say he had his son young.
right, he
Then
did.
he
He
joined
did
the
say that.
military right after. I think he
did
said he
say
had
that.
his son when he was like 17.
He did say that.
So
I think that the first episode was a little heavy for me, and just in terms of plot and moving along. But I still think that episode 2, and in particular episode 3, which came out today, they come out on Thursdays.
right.
I'm not going to spoil anything.
I gotta check it out. I didn't get a chance to see it yet.
But I think episode 3 is giving us a real true sense of the format of the show and where we're going to go. I like GI Robot. I think that GI Robot is basically like, I want to kill Nazis. What do I do?
Yeah.
Are you a Nazi? Okay. Are you a Nazi? I'll kill you.
Right.
The Bride, I think, because the Bride gets top billing in terms of characters.
So far, yes.
I think her character is probably going to be the most complex. I have no idea what the fuck they're going to do with the Weasel. The Weasel just kind of bounces around and
he's gonna play the part of Rocket, where he's just gonna get into stuff.
But Rocket was lovable.
Yes.
And the Weasel is
just
not.
weird. Yeah, Weasel is
the Weasel is just bizarre. Right.
Yeah.
I don't see how that character is going to develop. But I mean, hey, once again, James Gunn is pretty much a master of developing these characters.
Right.
Seeing as how this is Suicide Squad-esque, do you see all these characters making it to the end?
If I remember correctly, in the comic, I don't think they all did.
Okay.
But I know that Frankenstein at one point was on Justice League Dark, so I think he ends up hanging around for a little while in the comics.
Okay.
Anyway, the comics
Okay.
he was around.
Who the hell is Nina Mazursky?
That is their stand-in for like the creature from the Black Lagoon. Or if you look at Hellboy, that's like Abe Sapien.
Okay, because these characters are definitely obscure, and I had no idea who the fuck that was. Now, we were talking before off camera, and DJ, please feel free to jump in if you
okay.
We were talking before off camera about the reason that Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America are so popular now is because Marvel sold off the rights to their most popular characters. So they had to, when they wanted to bring their cinematic universe to light, they had to use characters that maybe weren't as popular as, say, the X-Men or Spider-Man or so on and so forth.
The B list. Huh?
Yeah. They were. So I find it curious that James Gunn is using the same formula when
he doesn't have to.
when it's not necessary. I mean, you can come out swinging, James. You don't have to give us the Creature Commandos, and the Creature Commandos aren't even B list. These motherfuckers are like D and F.
Yeah, they're like challengers of the unknown. But but I think he's smart by doing that because he has more freedom in working with those characters. Because number one, like we said, people don't know a whole lot about them, right? And number two, he has a chance to pretty much kind of tell his own story with them. He can put his own spin on them or what have you. And I think he likes the challenge of trying to make these characters household names. So I mean, listen, if you have full reign of everything in DC, but you still want to use, people that no one knows about or has never heard, hardly anyone's ever heard of, unless you like really keep it to it.
What the fuck?
He has all kinds of freedom. He could do, I can do whatever I want. Like everybody knows Batman and Superman.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Yeah.
Okay. So like you got access to, I don't know, what's the hot rappers now? Kendrick Lamar, and Drake or whatever,
Right.
and you use Redhead Kingpin, to open the show.
Wow. That, I guarantee you, if anybody under 25 is watching this show, they're like, who the fuck is Redhead Kingpin?
Yeah.
But that's pretty solid.
You messed me up when you said that one.
Right, right. And I ain't gonna lie, I was listening to Do the Right Thing the other day on my Spotify. That's on my Spotify playlist, as a matter of fact.
Hey man, Spotify don't keep a lot of those dudes paid.
Yes.
Because there are people like us streaming their shit.
Okay, so first reactions. Hey DJ, have you seen it?
Not yet, but I do want to see it. I'm curious because I was gonna say, you guys are always talking about, or we're in general talking about, remakes, and is there anything original? And if you're gonna play in the sandbox, the hero sandbox, then at least these motherfuckers, are new to the neighborhood. It's kind of like they're the immigrants, the migrants. I'm saying, but I'm just saying that, it's like, what?
I don't know where you're going with this. All right.
I ain't seen you in this neighborhood. I'm just saying, we haven't seen you in this neighborhood. You guys just moved in? Yeah, moved in. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Okay. All right. Let's put it that way, DJ. I like that. All right.
Okay, so I'm digging it. I think we're all in agreement that we're into it so far. I've seen the first 3 episodes, and I have to say the 3rd episode is by far the superior of the 3.
Okay,
so
cool.
Just put that out there like that.
All right.
Next up, now I don't know shit about Secret Level.
Yes, you do. You do. You really don't realize it, but you do.
So I watched the first episode, and I was just like, this is interesting. Who the fuck are these people?
Right.
So I know this is a gaming thing. Please explain exactly what Secret Level is.
All right. Secret Level it's an anthology of short stories using different video game and other game properties. So they're using the characters, the setting, the background, everything from different games, and the stories are set in that world. So the first one is set in the world of Dungeons and Dragons,
right,
the world's most popular tabletop role-playing game so far. But we could talk about that later. But right now, right, it's set in the world of Dungeons and Dragons, and so you're dealing with four people in a party who end up rescuing this young man who's been cursed by an evil dragon, or an evil dragon deity named Tiamat, which is a 5-headed dragon that everyone pretty much remembers from the old cartoon show.
Okay, that I recognize. I was like,
right.
Tiamat, I know that from somewhere.
Right.
Okay.
That's from Tiamat is one of the main villain entities in the game, as well as on the TV show, and so she makes an appearance in this. And the adventuring party has to save the young man and fight Tiamat.
Okay, so this is just a story that they said, let's create a story using these characters in Tiamat.
Right. It doesn't. It's not in any continuity or anything like that. It's just a short story that's made in that world, and it's like that with most of the stories with the different properties. I'm kind of surprised they let off with Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm cool with it. Right.
Well, I mean, you would want to lead off with the world, like you just said, the world's most popular
tabletop role-playing game.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll put it like this. If you're there watching that, you know what that is for the most part.
Yeah.
Most people watching it know what that is. And then the second episode was what was that? I can't remember what the second episode was, but what property it was related to.
Okay.
But it was really good.
What is this on?
It's on Amazon Prime.
Really? Okay.
Prime Video.
Like the first one for me, the graphics were amazing.
I'm surprised I haven't even heard of it.
Yeah, and it was like literally I had no clue what the fuck was going on until they said Tiamat, but I recognized that it was in the world of fantasy, and I knew this was. I know the basic concept of the series, but when they got to the action, I was like, oh, this shit is pretty dope. And then they also have an episode with Pac-Man, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and that was kind of weird, but okay.
Really?
So the second episode, which I thought was really really good too, and I kicked myself for not remembering where it came from, but it came from a video game called Sifu. It's a kung fu game.
Seafood?
Yeah.
Nice.
Which is it's Chinese. It's Chinese for master or teacher.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I was about to make fun. Okay.
All right. So it's from the video game, and this young man is on a quest for revenge against this gang that killed his father, and actually had killed him, but he's in possession of a magical trinket or magical talisman, where it's the different gold coins that are braided together. Each one of those gold coins is like a life. So essentially, it's almost like a cat. He has 9 lives. So every time he dies, one of the coins disappears and he gets older.
Okay. Oh shit.
Yeah. So when he finally does catch up with the person who killed his family, he's a little older. And then, you kind of see what happens as a result of that. I don't want to give everything away, but that's the basic premise behind it.
Got it. Okay.
Well, I'm putting this on my list right now. I'm looking at the lineup, and the Dungeons and Dragons is right up my alley. The Sifu I'm not familiar with, but it may look more familiar if I see, what's going on. And then but
the cool thing about it is you don't really have to know the video game properties to enjoy the stories.
Right. No, absolutely.
It adds to the enjoyment if you do know, because there's some things that'll show up that are, show up in the game and you're like, oh, I know what that is.
So I'm just looking at the stuff that they chose to use, like Warhammer 40,000.
Yeah.
Pac-Man, Crossfire.
Unreal
See, a lot of this stuff, I was about to say, a lot of this stuff is used worldwide for actual tournaments. Like a lot of this stuff is like hugely multiplayer, so it's popular on a level that is kind of underground if you're not a stone cold gamer.
Right.
But in the gaming community, it's huge. So you're talking about, billion people.
So they got an episode for Armored Core as well. Armored Core and
I saw that. Yeah.
The Outer Worlds I didn't get to that one yet.
So
I'm gonna check that one out.
Of the episodes, Rod, that you saw, which one was the one that made you go, "Oh shit"?
Let's see. The Unreal Tournament one, that was pretty good. The Warhammer 40K one is really, really good as well. Let me see. And probably, like I said, the episode from Sifu, that was really, really good. The Crossfire one was excellent because you don't know who's bad guys, who's good guys. Like the way the story is written and the way it lines up, you don't know who's who.
Okay.
And I thought that was really cool.
So basically, all the episodes made you go, "Oh shit."
In some kind of way. Yeah, the Pac-Man episode was really the furthest away from what we know the video game to be, I guess.
Okay.
So
it would
kind of had to do some thinking on that one.
I mean,
you gotta watch it.
Okay.
I'm thinking Pac-Man's a player. You know what I'm saying? That's how Miss Pac-Man. Miss Pac-Man.
So which and DJ, you can answer this too. Which property would you like to see do something like that?
Actually, I'm interested in Pac-Man because it's got to be something imaginative. So I'd like to see what the hell they do, with Pac-Man.
After you check it out, holla at me and tell me what you think.
Okay.
So Rod, which property that they haven't tackled do you want to see them tackle?
The one that I want them to do, I think they are doing in the second season, and I think I want them to do Cyberpunk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Cyberpunk 2077.
Okay,
gotcha.
And each of these episodes is only like 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
15, 20 minutes long. Yeah.
Yeah, that caught me too because I was just getting into the story and then it was over. I said, "God damn!" And this is an anthology series, so I don't get any more. Maybe next season.
It was like Love, Death, and Robots, but their episodes were a little bit longer.
Yeah. Okay. I guess being someone who's not really in the gaming world like that, I was a little disappointed. Like I said, I was a little like, what the fuck is going on? But I read and see enough of this shit where I kind of figured out who was who and what was what.
Right.
But I am digging the fact that they're kind of jumping into this universe and kind of playing around with it. DJ, I think you'll really enjoy this.
Yeah, I think this is an awesome idea.
I don't know. I don't know how I slept it. I mean, and whatever the fuck is going on with my algorithms and shit on Facebook, Meta, whatever the fuck, like how they don't know, to put secret level into my shit on a regular,
I found it by accident. I'm gonna be honest with you. I found the trailer purely by accident.
I had read about it online a while ago and forgotten. And then when Rod in the chat was like, "Yeah, secret level," I said, "Oh shit, I need to check this out." So I watched it like this morning, when I should have been working. Sorry.
Hey, don't say that too loud.
Yeah, right. And
right.
15 minutes long. I was like, "Oh shit, this is bite size. I can watch this shit at the gig and fuss at kids too." So
yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, but yes, whether you're a gamer or not, go check out Secret Level. Also, real quick before we go to break, I want to say there is a Kickstarter out there for a budding TV show called The Comic Shop by a young Black woman. I can't think of her name right now. God,
Cheyenne.
Thank you, Cheyenne, who is trying to fund a series. It's about a Black-owned independent comic book shop. And it looks, from the trailer I saw that they put together, it looks hilarious. So go to Kickstarter, The Comic Shop, support. I think it's.
She's also on Instagram.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. I think it's Cheyenne the Geek. I think it is.
Yes, that's her name, Cheyenne the Geek. And it's only like 4 more days. So look up The Comic Book Shop. Look up Cheyenne the Geek on Instagram. I know she's on TikTok too. Maybe, hopefully, this will get funded, and I want to have her on the show later on. So, super producer Mel, look out for that email. So, coming up next, Star Trek Section 31, and I can honestly say I'm kind of looking forward to this film. Okay. And 28 years later, if anyone has seen 28 Days and 28 Weeks Later, the third in the trilogy, 28 years later, is coming out. Shut up, DJ.
They just skip months, huh?
Here we go. Anyway, on to the commercial. So, Uncle DJ, if you don't mind.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
The hell?
Anything you can dream about here, you can make.
Who are you?
I am Steve. Okay.
This guy is such a tool bag.
HBCU football Fans, this year's Cricket Celebration Bowl has a new date. A champion will rise at Mercedes-Benz Stadium on December 14th as the MEAC and SWAC champions meet once again. Join us in Atlanta for championship football, interactive fan experiences, and iconic marching bands. It's an HBCU family reunion that you don't want to miss. See who will be crowned the next HBCU national champion. For event and ticket information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
Looking for the ultimate cultural experience of 2025? The Zora Outdoor Festival of the Arts is where you need to be. From January 31st to February 2nd, Eatonville, Florida will come alive with incredible live performances from the Levert Experience and the Bar Cave. Immerse yourself in interactive art. Shop from over 80 vendors. Take a journey through history with a new virtual tour app. And enjoy family-friendly STEM activities. Plus, don't miss the unforgettable R&B tribute to the legends, honoring talents such as Whitney Houston, Marvin Gaye, and Luther Vandross. This is more than a festival. It's a celebration of Eatonville's rich cultural heritage. Visit zorafestival.org for tickets.
ESPN Events Band of the Year, a title reserved for the absolute best in the world of HBCU marching bands. A season-long competition that culminates in Atlanta on Friday, December 13th. Drum majors, percussion, drill, auxiliaries, musicality. All aspects will be adjudicated by expert judges in the world of college bands. 4 bands will qualify for the big stage, where national champions will be crowned. Follow us on social media for ranking updates throughout the season. And join us at Mercedes-Benz Stadium on December 13th. For event and ticket information, visit bandoftheyear.com.
And we're back. Once again, we're Grumpy Old Nerds. Hi, I'm Uncle John. That's Uncle Rod. That's Uncle DJay. Uncle Percy get well. Cuzzin Amayou and Auntie Nicole. Hope y'all are doing okay. On the ones and twos is super producer Mel. Rod, you about to say something?
Yeah, I'll say something real quick before we get into the Star Trek thing. I was sitting there looking at the commercials, and they have 2 major events right now happening in Atlanta, right, this week. For as many different things that happen in Atlanta, as much money as that city gets from everybody having things there, their roads should not be in the condition that they're in. They have like legit moon craters in the middle of the highway in Atlanta. And it just should not be, man. They make enough money. They need to fix those roads, bro.
So, yeah, I can't fuck with that. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's fucked up. No,
that's inexcusable.
Yeah, it's fucked
They're
up.
just messing up people's axles and TV joints, and they're all over the place.
If I were to have grown up here in Atlanta, I wish someone would have pulled me to the side and say, get into car repair because you'll be a millionaire. Because everybody's car is fucked up.
All the time.
You're running into these valleys in the middle of a street. So, I don't want to interrupt your rant. Are you done?
I'm good, man.
Okay. All right. Coming up. Now, I'm not a huge Star Trek fan. Man, I'm sorry. But hey, side note, I watched Star Trek Strange New Worlds Subspace Rhapsody today. And that is the most brilliant Buffy the Vampire Slayer ripoff I've ever seen.
Okay.
But having said that, I enjoyed it. I didn't know shit that was happening. But I had a good time. So
yeah, that's all that matters.
Klingon singing. That's all you gotta,
The Klingon singing K-pop was the best part, no doubt.
Yeah. Singing K-pop. So they weren't singing in Klingon, they were singing in Korean.
Man, listen.
Right.
Get the hell out of here, man.
So let's do this. Hopefully Mel has the trailer keyed up because I need to go get me a cup of water. And let's check out Star Trek Section 31, the trailer.
Here's a customer hoping for a word with you.
Bring him.
you doing in my space station?
I'm giving you a chance to get back in on the action on a galactic scale.
What a cute idea. The only way this works is if I know exactly what I'm dealing with.
We're facing a threat unlike anything Starfleet's ever seen.
Billions of lives are at stake. Gather your people. We're gonna need every one of them.
31 is a Black Ops division. Spy work.
It's just a place for people to bend the rules.
Starfleet is here to make sure no one commits murder.
Whatever you believed your mission was, is worse than you thought.
How do we stop it?
We work together and don't get dead. I'll try my hardest.
You ready? Let's get messy.
You don't answer her questions directly, she will punch you in your face.
What? You said that she was going to be doing the face punching!
I lied.
You have no idea what you've started.
This is gonna be bad.
5, 4, 3,
Hold your course.
2, 1.
We survive together.
Okay.
Can't wait. Can't wait. They're getting my money in January. They got my money in January.
Listen, man. What's going on? Ilongo Savage. I think
What
that's
up?
how it's. All right. But yo, check this out. Okay, so I didn't know anything about this, right? And I see Michelle Yeoh and Amari Hardwick. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm in.
Wait,
Don't think much.
didn't you watch the Star Trek with old girl
Discovery?
from The Walking Dead? Yeah.
I saw the first few episodes of Discovery and couldn't get back to it. So I saw Michelle as a previous
okay.
captain. I saw her as a previous captain.
Right.
I thought that she died.
No.
Okay.
Well, yes and no. Multiverse type situation. Multiverse. You know, everything was multiverse.
Okay.
So it was like, you know, this is my captain as far as like that's her name and this is who she is, but this ain't my captain. This is a captain from a different multiverse.
Okay. So that's how she's
Right.
able to play a different
Right.
role in the same universe.
Exactly. So it's kind of like it's kind of like if the Federation, you know, well, not kind of like, this is what happened basically. A Federation style captain got killed in one universe, and a Klingon style captain lived in another one, and she came to the Federation timeline, so to speak.
Okay.
But can we? Okay. So that being said, let me point of privilege real quick, man. You know, we can talk about Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, you know, Jason Statham, you know, Jet Li. You know, there's men for days, you know, and his motherfucking superhero and shit, Chuck Norris, whatever. But man, listen,
Be careful.
nobody, you know,
he'll come from behind you.
Yeah, I get that, but Michelle Yeoh will kick his ass for me, because nobody really gives Michelle Yeoh her flowers. She's getting them lately for some roles that she's doing, but she's been kicking ass for so long, and she's such a badass, man. I'm so glad to see her getting her flowers.
I think she's been doing a great job in the last few things she's in. So I agree with you.
You
100%.
forgot Bruce Leroy.
See, I haven't forgotten Leroy. Man, come on, who can forget Bruce Leroy?
No, but DJ, I agree. Michelle Yeoh is killing it, and she's got to be in her 60s.
Fuck that. Keep going.
She's in her 70s.
Man, dude, Michelle Yeoh was like right there with Jackie Chan back in the day.
That's true.
You know,
That's true.
Early on. As a matter of fact, she's got one of them stories where she was saying, you know, how Jackie Chan is known for doing his own shit, you know, and stunts and stuff like that. And so when they were in a joint back in, way back in the day, she's like, I'm gonna do my shit too.
62.
She's only 62, Mel?
Yeah, she's 62.
Wow. Okay. Then
But I mean,
she's
still,
really
at 62, she's killing it.
she's been killing it, and she's been killing it for so long. Shit, she was probably 10 years younger than Jack, because Jackie's in his 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
In
mean,
great shape.
yeah. I'm not a huge Star Trek fan. Like I said, I'll check out the occasional episode just to quell some curiosity. But definitely, I am looking forward to this. This looks like some Star Trek shit I could get into.
Well, Section 31 is supposed to be like their CIA, so to speak.
Right.
Type.
Yeah, that's like one of the comments that says Star Trek meets Mission Impossible. So yeah, I guess it is along those lines.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Ghost. You've got I'm a huge Sam Richardson fan. I think he's the funniest thing out there. So yeah, I'll watch him in damn near anything.
That's that Ghost.
I mean, he is. Ghost is out.
He's fucking hilarious. Sam Richardson is low key, like, yeah.
That's that offbeat Midwestern humor that only so few people will actually get.
He's got this series. He's got this series where they're like admin or something, advertising.
The Detroiters. Man,
I saw a couple of them, but I'm like, wow, I really, need to go off the deep end to watch this on a regular basis because it's so. They just go with it.
The Detroiters, the Detroiters is comparable to South Side, where you've got these Midwestern stories that are told by Midwesterners, and that's that particular type of humor that everybody should get, but Midwesterners definitely will get. So
yes.
So yes, back on track. So, Star Trek 31. Check it out. Comes out in January. Next up, much to the chagrin apparently from my co-hosts, 28 years later, the second sequel to 28 Days Later, which is generally misconstrued as a zombie film. It is not. It is not a zombie film.
Okay.
But it is of the genre kind of. The people are not dead. They're just sick. And they get filled with rage and they kill whoever is in front of them. I thought 28 Days Later was brilliant. The sequel, 28 Weeks Later, was kind of a money grab. It wasn't as good.
It sounded like they voted for Trump.
Oh my God.
No, I'm sorry, my bad.
Where does that come from?
Go.
So please, Mel, before we go in any further, please show the trailer for 28 Years Later.
Auntie, what's going on? Jimmy, sit still, keep quiet, and do not move from this spot.
Seven, 6, 11, 5, 9 and 20 miles today, 4, 11, 17, 32 the day before. Boot, 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 moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. Don't look at what's in front of you. Boot, 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 moving up and down again. Men go mad with watching them. There's no discharge in the war. If your eyes drop, they will get the top of you. Boot, 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 moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. Try to think of something different. Oh, my God, keep from going lunatic. Boom, moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. 7, 6, 11, 5, 4, 17, 32 the day before.
I'm sorry. Fuck that. That shit made. I'm sorry. That shit made my eye twitch. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like a flashback to like dating women who were like fine as hell but crazy as fuck. And it's kind of like it's like like they show up at your job and and shit and almost get you fired. Doing crazy shit and then they're like loving and then it's and the next moment they're like going the fuck off in the middle of the restaurant. Shit like that. And it's good. It's real good. But
it's bad. It's real bad.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's like, fuck that. I don't, I'm sorry.
Hey, look, man. Look, okay.
Okay, so
that is The Walking Dead with people that move faster.
A little bit.
So, in defense of the original film, I'm not gonna defend this because that trailer actually looked trashy. In defense of the original film, at the time it was groundbreaking because number one, it was not zombies again. It was humans who were just infected, who were overcome by whatever virus it was. And the title 28 Days Later is basically level 0 or ground 0, and then 28 days after that initial infection spread.
Mm-hmm.
So you have again a guy waking up in the middle of he was in a coma for whatever reason, and he's waking up 28 days later. He's like, "What the fuck is happening? Why are people running around angry and wanting to eat me?" So okay,
all right. So now I guess the rage people now are organized and have intelligence now. Is that what's going on?
I don't know what the fuck actually that one shot of that guy who was like really super skinny looked like a fucking zombie, in which I'm sitting here trying to defend it not being a zombie film.
But you got zombies running at motherfuckers. Yes, I got it.
I mean, I give the fuck up. Personally, I'll still see it, but DJ, I fully understand the whole zombie, you're being over the zombie thing. I get that.
Zombie overload.
Listen. And in no small part to The Walking Dead and its umpteen million fucking spinoffs and how sorry they are. So
listen, man, Kurtman knew when to stop the comic. These people don't know when to stop the TV shows.
Right. And I will always go back to the fact that the originator of this fucking series knew when to stop. But TV, no, fuck that. We're going to keep going and going and keep going until we can't go no more.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we are going to wring that motherfucker dry. So, yeah, I'm looking at that trailer fully. People who are tired of zombie movies will not want to see this shit. Again, I am someone who has seen the first two films, so I'm kind of in. Not as in as I am with Star Trek Section 31, but
right.
I'm kind of in. Foot in the door, foot out the door. I don't know.
I hear you, bro. I'm out. I got to spend my time on. I got like a limited amount of time. I got to catch up on some of this other stuff. I can't mess with that.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
All right. So coming up, the rumors are rampant that Chris Evans is returning to the MCU. Is he?
All righty.
But let's dive into that. Let's dive into that when we return after this commercial break. Uncle DJay, if you don't mind.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
What was that thing, Blake?
It sounded like an animal. But I swear to God, it was standing on 2 feet.
Daddy, are we gonna die?
No, it's my job to protect you.
What's wrong with Daddy?
He got sick.
Blake, Daddy's scaring me! Blake, stop! that you?
Looking for the ultimate cultural experience of 2025? The Zora Outdoor Festival of the Arts is where you need to be. From January 31st to February 2nd, Eatonville, Florida will come alive with incredible live performances from the Levert Experience and the Bar Cave. Immerse yourself in interactive art. Shop from over 80 vendors. Take a journey through history with a new virtual tour app. And enjoy family-friendly STEM activities. Plus, don't miss the unforgettable R&B tribute to the legends, honoring talents such as Whitney Houston, Marvin Gaye, and Luther Vandross. This is more than a festival. It's a celebration of Eatonville's rich cultural heritage. Visit zorafestival.org for tickets.
HBCU football fans, this year's Cricket Celebration Bowl has a new date. A champion will rise at Mercedes-Benz Stadium on December 14th as the MEAC and SWAC champions meet once again. Join us in Atlanta for championship football, interactive fan experiences, and iconic marching bands. It's an HBCU family reunion that you don't want to miss. See who will be crowned the next HBCU national champion. For event and ticket information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
When it comes to professional learning, teachers deserve better. From the leader in online learning, Stride brings you the Stride Professional Development Center, an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that gives teachers choice and flexibility, allowing them to learn anytime and anywhere. Our dynamic courses provide bite-sized learning and help educators advance their knowledge while also gaining professional development hours. It's time you take charge of your learning. Visit us today to get started.
Once again, we're back. Again, we're Grumpy Old Nerds. Uncle John, Uncle Rod, and Uncle DJ. So, are you all laughing at my dancing?
Nah, man, not at all.
No.
You got a little Bill Cosby going there. Yeah, I started to go somewhere else with that, and I'm not. So anyway, the rumors are running rampant, and I have read in many different circles, many different areas. What the fuck is that? Now Mel is awake. Okay.
That was on time. That's what that was.
Now Mel's awake. Chris Evans will be joining the cast of Avengers Doomsday. Do not know what role he is playing. My question to the two of you, my esteemed colleagues in geekdom. We have Robert Downey Jr. coming back. We have Chris Evans coming back. We have the Russo brothers coming back to direct, who directed various films, who arguably have directed the best Marvel films, whether you say Endgame or whether you say the Captain America films or whatever. Does this reek of desperation?
It's beginning to look a little bit like that. But I think that they were planning on bringing them back anyway at some point. But I think stuff just went sideways so fast, and they're just like, we need to hurry this up. But listen, if they're gonna bring them back, I don't want them as other people. I don't want Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. I don't want Chris Evans as anybody other than Steve Rogers. There's 5 different ways right off the bat that they can bring those guys back. They can bring Robert Downey Jr. back as Tony Stark. They can bring back Chris Evans as Captain America to go up against Doom. If they want to bring back the quote-unquote original Avengers to help the new Avengers out with Doom, they can do that. And everybody will be happy. There's no need for all this role switching just to bring people back. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that, because now everybody's going to be like, it's obvious that you're just bringing them back because you need them. You know what I mean?
Rod, you sound grumpier than usual today.
and I second that, because there was no what was the rush to put RDJ, Robert Downey Jr. immediately, like, oh my God, like, yes, he died, as Iron Man, and it was iconic and it was phenomenal, and that's how you put somebody out, that's how you play him out.
I looked in the comments. Longo said, "Bring him back as the
superior
Iron Man, which is
right." But I mean,
as a villain, basically.
Yeah, but I mean, at least, I don't know. I don't know if it's been enough time. Like, at least give it some time. If you're gonna bring him back in some capacity, give it some time. Damn, they didn't give it no time. It was like, okay, Robert Downey Jr. is back. Hey, it's like,
they think that's gonna get everybody immediately on board. Like, you can bring him back as Iron Man, bring Chris back as Captain America, bring back the new person that you have cast as the Black Panther, and everybody will be all right.
I look at it when you have, and if I have
okay, Savage. Now you gotta go back.
Thank you. Who the fuck is Hypno Hustler? Please,
you gotta
somebody
go back.
That's an old Spider-Man villain. It's really, really old, really old and lame.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Longo Savage. Were you piloting Raideen or Combatra? I don't remember.
So when I look at it, like in comics, when sales may be lagging for a book, hey, let's bring in Spider-Man for a cameo. Hey, let's bring in Wolverine for a cameo. That's why Wolverine and Spider-Man are in every other fucking book on the Marvel shelves, because they want to bring them up. So
Gotcha.
This reeks of desperation. We talked last week about the fact that Captain America Brave New World is not looking good, and that if that film isn't good, now you're looking at a further decline of one of your flagship characters, one of your tentpoles for this franchise, for this Marvel universe. And if it looks like they don't have faith in Captain America Brave New World.
Okay, who did Captain America the series with Captain America and
the different Captain America films?
And the Bucky and Sam series. Who did that?
Oh, who did Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Yes, who did that?
Okay, thanks, Dangard Ace. I got you.
Nice. So what do you mean, who did that? Who created it?
Because it was so good. It was so good, what I'm saying? Who directed it, who produced it, or whatever, because it was really good, with what I'm saying? It was well done. So the people who are doing, the movie, are they not the same people who did the series?
They're not.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
But what also is happening, DJ, and I feel that Marvel, and we talked about this last week too, I believe that Marvel is suffering from its success. And they're no longer, James Gunn, who is the head of DC, has said that he's not going to put anything out that he doesn't feel is written well, that he doesn't feel is faithful to the characters themselves. And I think right now, Marvel's just throwing shit out there in a factory setting style, and just kind of like, okay, let's see what happens.
But they don't have to. That's the crazy thing about it. They don't have to.
Yep.
They had a whole lot of goodwill they had built up by making superior product. All they had to do was get a little bit more organized, get an actual writer's room.
Yep.
Okay, I'm laughing right now. I'm laughing right now because Uncle Rod should understand this reference. So right now, the MCU is Bethesda, and James Gunn and DC is fucking Rockstar.
Yeah.
Because in the gaming world, okay, let me explain, Uncle John. Let me explain. In the gaming world, right, Rockstar and Bethesda are two of the biggest developers in gaming, right?
Okay.
The difference is, and the knock is, and I love Bethesda, and Rockstar is like the fucking, mwah, mwah. Rockstar will not put out a product until it is like golden. It is ready. It is the shit. And even if they have to disappoint their fans, like even if they tell their fans this is coming out Christmas, for the Christmas season, November, 2024, they will come back and say, you know what? On second thought, it's coming out summer 2025.
Yeah. 4th of July.
You just have to deal with it. Right. You just have to deal with it. But because of their record, when it comes out in July, July 4th, 2025, it's the shit, it's ready, it's all that. But that's gonna be like, hey, we told you it was coming out November, it's coming out November. Okay, maybe January 2025. And then when it comes out, you're thinking, okay, well, they took their time and it's ready. And no, it's still, here come the patches, here come the bugs, here come, we're gonna fix it. Don't worry, we're gonna fix it. It's like, well, motherfucker, you had time, you lie to us, do something, like whatever, but
well, Marvel definitely had time. Marvel had time to get it together.
Take the time, get it together.
But what also is happening with Marvel is that they've got so much stuff scheduled. I think that they've pigeonholed themselves into making shit. And to your point, DJ, they feel that they have to put that shit out when they said it's going to go out, as opposed to saying, you know what, we fucked up, we're not going to do it. Let's hold on to it.
But they did that with Inhumans.
Yes.
Inhumans was originally supposed to be a movie.
Yeah.
Then they made it a TV show and
Yes.
fucked it up and said, okay, never mind, it doesn't exist.
Yes.
The same thing. Well, Captain America was originally supposed to be coming out supposed to be out a long time ago. The Doctor Strange movie was what they said it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But then remember they changed they flipped around. Well, they obviously they messed up Blade, right? So and there was something else. There was something else that was supposed to be out. I'm trying to remember what it was. Right.
The sister, is Iron the replacement
Ironheart.
for Iron Man.
Ironheart.
Right.
Supposed to be out right about now, but that's been delayed.
Well, some of that was also COVID.
Yeah, but okay. The thing is if they had if Ironheart Robert Downey Jr. dies in Endgame.
No, Tony Stark.
Okay,
Robert Downey Jr. is so alive.
Maybe COVID. I'm sorry. My bad.
I said that for a reason.
Yeah, but I'm saying okay, COVID, okay, fine. But if they had put their heart and soul into Ironheart and Iron Man dies, you got, he brought, I saw a meme or I saw something, that was talking about that one of the real reasons that Tony Stark decided to bring back the timeline because he couldn't take the fact that Peter Parker died, Peter Parker. So he really wanted to bring him back.
Right.
So now you bring back Peter Parker and you gift all your shit to Ironheart, to this sister. If they had, accomplished that transition, oh my God, that would have been huge for a new generation.
Well, this is the thing.
Man.
Count Patofi. My bad. But this is the thing with Ironheart. The whole thing with her is that, and what's exceptional about her is that she made her own suit out of Stark scraps. Right. She was able to, she was smart enough to basically reverse engineer Stark Tech and make her own suit.
True, but then she got the keys to the kingdom. And it's like,
in the comic, and this is why I say they could have done this. If they want to have Ironheart and Robert Downey Jr. didn't necessarily want to do as much, he could have played the part of her AI because her AI in the comic is Tony Stark.
Man, listen, come on. There we go.
You see what I'm saying?
Him being Dr. Doom, he's living as the AI. Man, I'm with that.
But because they're living in desperation, They're not looking toward the comics, which was the inspiration for all this shit to begin with.
Wow.
I hate to say it, gentlemen, but that's our time for tonight. You all brought up some really solid points. Marvel and DC, you should be hiring us, damn it, because we'll straighten your shit out.
Give me 2 months.
Uncle Rod, for Uncle DJ, for the missing Cuzzin Amayou and Auntie Nicole, hope everything is well. Heal fast, Uncle Percy, we need you back. And for super producer Mel, we're the Grumpy Old Nerds. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.